years than in the last 13,000 years
combined.
Gold
building?
All of it.
Whose gold building is this? Bitch, a gold building?
I do the most. Roll it, light it, then I told. Pass it to my bitch, watch it choke.
What is good, baby? It is your boy Monday, and we are here with another video today. You know, people always ask, what is the big picture? What is the big picture of life? I know I asked a couple times and I ain't getting no answers. So my boys put together a presentation of what the big picture was. So we're gonna look at that, see what's popping. I skimmed it. Facts. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's get into it, man. Let's go.
I want to share with you a story. This is your story, and this is my story.
Okay.
The evidence we have currently demonstrates that life on Earth appeared roughly 4 billion years ago. Humans arrived maybe 200,000 to 300,000 years ago. Listen to this story, which is yours, and decide what you want to do with it. In truth, this story does not begin on this planet at all, but with a star. A star as beautiful and incredible as all of the other stars in the sky, as amazing as our sun.
Damn.
This star exploded, and in it created a rapid current of energy, expanding out in all directions, in all dimensions.
Damn.
From this explosion of energy laid the foundation for
I
new
know
life,
that was
new
hot.
creations, and new manifestations to take place. One such manifestation was our solar system and all of our planets. In the beginning, our planet was a collection of dust and rock particles, a hard-shelled ball. Volcanoes show us what the Earth used to look like and how it evolved. Volcanoes became like a furnace, creating water in liquid form through evaporation and heat emerging from within the crust of the Earth.
Wow, that's dope.
Water formed vessels like bloodstreams across the face of the planet, and many oceans became heavy with salt.
Bloodstreams, you say?
The mineral and rock formations within the Earth gave a means for crystals to form. And crystals contained a natural biological geometry for a higher consciousness to emerge. Where did biological life first spark? Scientists believe primitive life forms called archaeobacteria, blue-green algae, was the first form to turn to the sun for energy and reproduce and evolve. They transformed the atmosphere of the planet. Before this time, the atmosphere was rich with carbon. These billions of microorganisms grew from the carbon, and the carbon drained from the atmosphere and entered the crust to become what was next. The life spread throughout the water, through water cycles, waterfalls, rivers, oceans.
Jeez.
All life drinks the same water. Water is essential. Life that grows depends on water. It depends on the sun. The air we breathe comes from the algae. The algae needs fresh water to continue to grow. The engine of life is linkage. In life,
Bruh, speaking of water, if they find a way to fucking, besides manipulating the weather, if they find a way to fucking manipulate water, like as far as, let me not give no ideas, but god damn, they already got fluoride through the hole. Leave this shit alone. God
everything is connected.
damn.
Water and air are one. Sharing is everything. In nature, everything is shared. Coral is formed from algae and shells coming together, which provide homes for more fish and other life.
Okay, big fish.
Trees took a very long time to grow. They reach upwards towards the sun and are perfect statues, as if striving towards higher truth. They have the power to capture life's energy from the sun, turning it into vegetable, wood, and other living matter. From that, new soils are formed. Earth relies on a balance. Every being has a role to play. Every species exists in cooperation and harmony with another species. And this harmony is not easily shattered. Everything is used in nature. Everything has a purpose. How many species are there that we know of? What do we truly know about the bonds that link them all? The Earth is a miracle, and to modern science, life still remains a mystery.
I know this a little late, but when he was talking about the soil, did you know that their soil, the ancients have this soil where they put down and it just turns everything around it into that soil, and it just like triples the process of plant growth?
They invented a soil, and that soil has a name. It's called terra preta. Archaeologists refer to it as Amazonian dark earths or Amazonian black earth. It's a man-made soil. It's thousands of years old. It's full of microbes that are not found in adjoining soil. It's based around biochar. And you can take a handful of 8,000-year-old terra preta and you can add it to barren soil, and that soil will instantly become fertile. It's highly sought after in the Amazon, and it explains how they fed these people. There was science in the Amazon.
How did they create this?
Well, this is something that's not understood. It's still not understood by soil experts to this day as to how that was done, but it's one of many intriguing pieces of evidence of much higher development in the Amazon that it has been given credit for, and of a kind of science in the Amazon.
Jamie's got an image of it up there. So this is it?
This is terra preta, yeah. Exactly,
wow.
Exactly. And
so was that done by burns? Did they use controlled burns?
They did. One way that it was achieved was to do wet burning.
Word on the street is we supposed to be running out of soil. We drying up. What's going on? What's going on? We fucking shit up. We fucking shit up.
Today, life is just a link in a chain of innumerable others over 4 billion years old. And within just a pinprick of that amount of time, we, the Homo sapiens, with our tremendous brains and nearly limitless potential, have disrupted that balance completely.
Sure did, man.
What this means is that there's something really magnificent and fantastic about us. And we may have dropped the ball a bit.
Sheesh.
Humans appeared on this planet several 100,000 years ago, and we have transformed the face of the planet. There are many stories about how it happened. Nobody knows for sure.
And there's some
The ancients speak of sky people who came down and began inhabiting the lands, of lost civilizations and cities which functioned more in tune with themselves. These records come from our ancestors nearly 6,000 years ago, which today we believed was our first civilization. Regardless of where we came from, we can see what has happened since we have arrived. This is what we're going to look at. We're going to do it in short form because it's really depressing. So just bear with me while we go through this.
Dang, that's a lot of boats. Bear with us, y'all.
We have taken control of every species of life, of all lands, and turned it for ourselves.
Yep.
We took control of animals to help discover and conquer new territories. We subjugated the growth of plants, calling it agriculture.
Damn.
From that spawned cities and civilizations, eliminating the need to migrate around and scavenge for food. Now, it was in our backyard. But that wasn't enough. We needed more.
Damn.
We tapped into the energy deep within the earth, pockets of sunlight captured in millions of years worth of coal, gas, and oil. And we have seen more change within 50 years than in the last 13,000 years combined.
Gold building, bitch?
And not all of it.
Whose gold building is this? Bitch, a gold building? What? Oh my, I cannot believe this. Is this real? Is this real? This is such a waste. Is this real?
Seen more change within 50 years
my
than in the last
gosh.
13,000 years combined. And not all of it is good.
That foggy
Cities
ass
like New
place.
York and Los
What
Angeles
is
are
this?
symbols of the exploitation of oil and the resources that we have forcibly extracted. There aren't many farmers left, and the industrialized farming actively poison our foods with pesticides, which in turn poisons us.
Man.
Don't believe me? Just ask the food workers wearing radiation suits.
Dang.
But how can all of the food demands be met without concentration camps of cattle, where not a blade of grass
Bruh,
can
just
grow?
think about that. All of this, every single motherfucking animal in here is scared for his life. Had the worst life possible. Oh, bro, like, we don't think about this shit. Just think about what's going on. Just think about what's going on here, man. Look at it. Look at this. Also, I challenge you to look up Earthlings on YouTube and watch it. I could not finish. I stopped at 28 minutes. I stopped at 28 minutes. I could not finish. Just look at this shit. We gonna keep going.
Instead
But
of
think
grass,
about that,
trucks
man.
haul in grain that is fed to the cattle to become meat to stuff our faces. Houses are cloned, copied, and standardized, wiping creativity off the map. Everywhere, machines dig, rip, bore, and tear into the earth.
See, that's my
faster
boy,
and
man.
faster.
He put it in your face, bro. He put it in your face, bro.
Without any regard for the millions of
Spirit
years
science
worth of
is
what
it.
Mother Earth has been creating. Excessive mining will soon exhaust all of the planet's reserves. 100 millions of metric tons of fish have been exhausted. Most large fish have been fished out of existence because they no longer have time to reproduce. Globally, water levels are falling. Places like Las Vegas are the biggest consumers of water in the world.
Damn,
Where in
Vegas.
other places they have none,
Thirsty
and women dig
ass.
aquifers day after day. Deforestation tears up the earth to make way for new factories. In some places, deforestation
Bro, that
is a
place
last
so
resort
clean.
for survival. Every 1 in 6 humans live in a crowded, overpopulated environments and don't have access to clean water or even electricity.
How do we
The
get
current
this
plan,
far,
it seems,
man?
is to pick every pocket of sunlight
How did
and
we
use it
get
all up
this
until there's none left. Even heating the tar sands in Canada is getting consumptuous. The way we burn fuel pumps carbon back into the atmosphere, upsetting the Earth's climatic balance as well. How long can this mirage continue? How long can we continue to fool ourselves into thinking that we can survive on this Earth that we're creating?
Bro, that building is big.
This is our home. It is our responsibility to ourselves and to everything else on this planet to correct the mistakes that we've made.
Bro, this is horrible, bro.
Now, I'd like to make something clear about what's just been shared. What we've been looking at, the poverty, the water levels, the exploitation of oil, and raping Mother Earth's body for anything that we can get our hands on. Well, this is often looked at as the cause of what's going on. In truth, this is the result. This is what we've created as a result of what's going on. So what's really going on? This is something we've looked at before in spirit science. This vibe that often feels like a gnashing, gnawing, tearing apart feeling. It feels like it's happening inside ourselves, and most of us don't have any idea of what it is.
Damn, been there.
It's the separation and all of the stuff that comes from it. The fear, the anxiety, the I'm not good enough, the I want to have power over you. All of that is the result of the same thing, the feeling of being separate. The illusion that you are separate and the fear and the hurt that comes along when you think that you are alone. You are not alone.
Is that truth?
We are not
Is
alone.
that truth, y'all? Is that truth?
It's time that we recognize that we are the power. We are the planet. We are the ones to create the new world for ourselves.
That's truth.
It's not up to someone else. It's not something we need to vote on. It's not even something that we need to wait to.
Bro, you wanna know what's crazy? Through all of this and everything that I've fucking been experiencing lately, I've come to realize we need nothing. Like nothing. Like nothing from like stores. We don't need money. Like we don't need these machines. We need nothing. Cause that is not the direction we're supposed to be going. And when I realized that, even though that's so simple to fucking realize, when I realized that, so much shit just opened up for your boy, man. And that is just something to think about. Think about that. You need nothing. Everything you need, the land already has. Crazy.
do. It's a space that we can come from, a space that we can come to within ourselves. All of the problems of the world could be fixed overnight if everyone could come from that space. In the current world, we lie to ourselves and each other all the time. We tell each other that we can't do it, that we're not good enough. When we lie, every action we take is in defense of that lie. Until we can come to a space where we are honest with ourselves, then we can start to be real with ourselves.
Those things, those, all of those, bruh, they'll talk in your fucking head. Your brain is more than likely your enemy. And once you just stop listening to that fucker, it's just like, you start looking around like, being aware, if that what we like to call it, even though that's what it is, all those shit stop after a while. Like a lot of practice, that shit stops, slows down. It's crazy out here. You just gotta,
when we come from that space,
know how to,
we can come to the table with something new. A new space that says,
stop it.
okay, what's going on?
Think.
How can we fix it? Through conscious conversations with each other, we can think of new ways of doing things. Hey, shut that machine off. It's poisoning us. Done.
Exactly.
Hey, let's rewrite our healthcare system. Let's try doing something new that works. Done. Hey,
Honestly,
let's make
we
all
don't
cars
even need
100%
healthcare.
electric. That space you come from that makes that kind of conversation
that.
possible is the heart, the unity consciousness, the Christ within,
We don't really
also
need
known
that.
as just plain honesty. It's a space that doesn't deny what is real in favor of a more convenient lie. It's a space that is honest about how one feels and what one sees. It's a space that listens with the intention of understanding what another says, rather than just waiting for the other person to stop talking so that you can start talking again.
Don't you hate that?
It's a space that's compassionate for all
Don't
humans,
you hate when a person won't stop talking though? Yeah, just kidding.
all life, from the best of them to the worst of them. A space that holds all life as a sacred thing, and something that can be explored from a space of excitement and freedom.
Wow, I see how that came.
You are not
together.
alone. We can make this happen, and we can all do it together. We can do it for ourselves, and we can do it for each other. We can do it in a way that works. In fact, the only way to do it is to do it together.
We almost
Not on your
there,
own,
though, man.
not as the sole leader of the movement, but together. You're involved, I'm involved, and we're both doing what we love and loving what we do. And from that space, anything is possible.
Anything.
True freedom
That's
is the
true
absence
freedom.
of limitation, the presence of possibility.
That's true freedom. That's
Think of it
true
this way.
freedom
The ancient
right
civilizations understood all of this. They didn't have the technology that could create the powerful
They
life.
had nothing. You want to know what's the funniest thing of all? I'm gonna show you something real fucking funny. Let's go fucking high your magula. They didn't have any technology, right? But every tribe had this flower of life symbol all throughout the world. I'm trying to get a clearer picture of it. Like, these are different tribes throughout the world in ancient time, but every single one has the flower of life. That is insane, man. That is insane. They had it down to a science, and we struggling over here with all these fuck scientists fucking saying this and that.
Life for themselves, an amazing life full of wonder and awe. See, today we have all that technology to be able to do that, but none of the awareness of how to make it happen.
What the?
It's very much Fibonacci.
What did I just?
With Fibonacci, we take what we had previously
the math,
and what we
baby
have
boy,
now
it's
and add
always
them
in
together.
the math.
We take the best of both worlds, the technology and the awareness, and we put them together.
You know how
It's the natural way of doing things,
That'd be
so that we exist in
crazy.
abundance, exist in growth,
That'd be
exist in harmony.
crazy. I never
Just
thought
like-
about that. That'd be crazy. If you had the technology, nah, cause it'd be like some Superman stuff going on there. Cause we'd have the man. Let me not.
the rest of nature. It's by design.
That's amazing. That's great. That's great. And we're back to the flower of life. That's amazing. That is amazing. Now that we know what the big picture is, let's see if we can skew our picture and make it a better picture, you know? Don't really too much think about the future or the past. I know, a lot of those things stuck with you, but, just think about it. Get down to the science to it, Get down to the nitty gritty. Like, just sit alone. There's nothing wrong with being alone. That's been it for this video. T's over here tearing his couch up. Okay. If you enjoyed that, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell. And I appreciate you for stopping by. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, hold it down.
I do the most. Roll it, light it, then I